All right. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Man, we're late, and that's why I got shorter. Because, well, we said 4 o'clock, and it's 4:30. So let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. So see how that's going. But as usual, if you guys are watching this live, make sure to like the live stream. It helps us out a lot, and share this with some friends, as we will be talking about a few things, a few topics. But Felix, we're joined by half of our special guest panel. We're joined by half of our special guest panel. This is why everything looks differently. So let's go ahead and switch up the cameras and welcome Mr. Richie to the show, y'all. Let's go.
Hello, everyone.
John Wester was supposed to be joining us, but in usual boss fashion, he is busy on other meetings. So hopefully he'll join us. So if you hear a door open and a tall gentleman walk in, you'll know that that is John. But we have Ryan here. That's good enough, baby. That's good enough for us. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm going to try to make this work.
Well, you made it work because you were working and then you came down here. So
that is true. My apologies.
We made it.
Yes.
We had a pretty good weekend. So we just came back from CODA.
Yep.
Celebrating John's birthday, a yearly event that we do where all of us kind of gather up at the track and celebrate John's birthday, big 73. So when he comes back, we'll wish him another happy birthday, even though we're like a week into his 73rd year, but that's fine. But while we were at the track this weekend celebrating, we did get some news. I don't know if it was breaking news this weekend.
It wasn't new news, but
it was
I guess
official.
It was an independent
It was the first time it was made public.
confirmation that the rumor could be a reality.
And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, is that Circuit of the Americas is going private. It's going private club status. So for those of you who don't know, what that means is that you'll need a membership to drive at that track come 2027. So I guess, Ryan, since you're the special guest here, what are your thoughts on that so far?
I mean, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of things on both sides. The question is it going to be successful? What's it going to do to the community? What's it going to do to the track itself? Some tracks have been successful. A lot of other tracks have not been as successful with this model. So, how I feel is that I would like access to the track, a few times a year. I would love it if they had a way to make both work, but it just seems like that just wouldn't be possible. So, I don't know. I mean, apparently this happened. What was discussed at this weekend was that this was really the intention in the very beginning, and then a lot of public backlash had them change direction. Mm-hmm. So there's potential for that this time around too. Mm-hmm. But it's their business, and it's what they decide to do is what they feel is best for the track is what they're going to do. So I don't want to lose access to the track for sure, and I don't have $1 million to give them to get access to the track. So
and that's the craziest part to me in this is that because we went to Flat Rock this year.
Yeah.
And guys,
amazing track.
If you guys get a chance to go to Flat Rock,
yeah,
that place is amazing.
It's insane.
But it's like half the price for the membership, which is the amazing part to me. It's like baffling to me. Mm-hmm. It's $1 million, and that's $1 million for the membership if you do it early enough. Because after
your grandfather did,
after the first wave, it goes up like
after the first
1.2 or something like that, and then the third wave it goes up even more.
Obviously, this is all stuff that we're hearing too.
Yeah. This is all great.
And this is like different sources kind of saying the same thing, so it's tracking in the same direction. But I just wanted to make that clear. Creative Cody said, I thought they were still going to allow groups like Chin, Edge, and PCA. So what it seems like is that they're not making enough money through the whole private rental HPDE organizations. By them going private, they're basically only going to need a couple hundred people paying big lump sum amounts. And then obviously the monthly dues are probably going to be insanely high. But it does say on their site that they're planning on keeping, or they want to keep the big events like Formula One, MotoGP, WEC, and NASCAR. What other big events is there at CODA? I mean, those are probably the biggest.
Hopefully get IndyCar back, but they haven't been there.
IndyCar would be cool. So, yeah, to answer you, I think anything HPD or private rentals out the door.
But to
For
answer that
27,
question, one concrete answer we got this weekend was that Edge Addicts does not have anything scheduled at past 26.
That's 26,
So
correct?
26 will be the last year. Edge Addicts will be at CODA at this point. So that is known.
And rentals are looking slimmer as
Yeah.
well, right? Because Edge, I
Yeah.
think, usually has like 7 or 8 dates. They're
Yeah.
getting, I think, 4 or 5 next year.
Yeah.
PCA is getting 2, so dates are looking. I mean, everyone's gonna wanna squeeze on in for this last year of
Yeah.
it being public.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry's saying going private is fact, has been publicly announced by CODA. Ownership pricing hasn't been formally announced to the best of his knowledge, and that the
Yeah.
rumors on pricing are getting pretty
Yeah.
consistent. I mean, like I said, I think CODA's great,
Yeah.
but having just gotten a taste of Flat Rock,
Well, but there's a lot of good tracks out there. I mean, if they do privatize the track and you can't drive CODA and you have a race car and a trailer and a truck, there are so many opportunities to race on good tracks throughout Texas and throughout the nation. We do our summer trip every year, a lot of good tracks. Just in Texas, there's a lot of good opportunity to get some racing in. So it's not like everything's gonna come to a standstill, but it sucks for us
It
the
does
most
impact.
because this is our local track. Like this, we won't have a local track anymore to go to other than Harris, which is not really good for our platform. So, we would really have to venture out at least 3 hours in different directions to get to a good track to run.
While all these other tracks that we've been to, like, we really love the laps there, and like, since we've done CODA so much, we realize like how cool other tracks are. But obviously, all these other tracks don't carry like the CODA prestige, right? Like Formula One doesn't go there.
It's not FIA,
And it's not FIA certified or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, losing CODA is a very big deal. But in the rumors or in the plans is to build a 2-point-some-mile track across Elroy.
smaller one.
Smaller one, but my only opinion on that is they can't keep CODA flat. What makes us think they're gonna keep that other track like in good condition? I'm sorry, and it's the same crappy land.
Yep.
So that's just my 2 cents.
Well, and we'll be up to somewhat of a FIA standard as well. Is it going to have, or is it going to be like all the others, like MSR Crescent or Houston or Eagles Canyon, where they're great tracks. It's not at the level of CODA.
Spit it out. You got a lot on your mind.
I don't know. It just baffling to me, right? Because I think in Austin, in the Austin area, that's probably where a lot of enthusiasts gravitate towards, right? So even people who don't drive go to these HPDEs and they're like fascinated by just being there at these track days, and we're not even racing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it to me, it just takes a huge chunk out of the motorsports community to have that track go private. It won't be
Oh,
the
it
same.
does for sure, but it doesn't end it.
It doesn't end it, but it's like, I don't know how to say it, man. It just sucks. This isn't even my favorite track, right? I'd rather go to ECR. Like, if we were an hour away from ECR, I'd be like,
Shit.
fuck that track. Like, I wouldn't care. But just being honest, like, ECR is just that much more fun. I think for CODA, the biggest thing that attracts people to it is that's the F1 track here in Texas.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
course.
man, ECR, if you haven't been to ECR, help them out.
For sure.
I mean, as
Great
long as they
track.
don't start going private too, because I think ECR started trying to go private,
Yeah.
and then they were like, this ain't working.
Yeah.
But ECR is a lot of fun.
Yep.
Maybe they'll get more business that way too, because that place has built up a lot in the past, 2 years?
They're pouring money into that place, no doubt.
Because when we went there the first time, ECR was just like, we were parking down at the bottom of the hill, and it was just dirt and
Yep.
gravel, and then now there's a skid pad, there's all kind of stuff down there.
A lot of buildings, yeah.
The CODA thing too, like, I feel it's kind of out of hand. Like, for pricing, it's definitely very out of hand. That's the thing too, right? Like, if they keep CODA in 27, what's the entry fee gonna be? Like, the Chin 3-day is, I think, $2,500. That's crazy. The garage, I think, for 3 days, I think, is around $2,400 for 3. Like, that's to me, that's outrageous. So what is it gonna be in 27?
Yeah.
Right?
You know what?
For 2 days.
I do want to ask Larry. I mean, and we kind of spoke about this with Larry during the weekend while we were there. But Larry's one of the few folks in our crew that has a condo there, right? So how does this change things for those people? How does it change things for those people?
From what I know, the people in the condos get like 30 some hours of track time, which I think equals to like 3 or 4 days on track.
But that's scheduled though, right? Like it has to be scheduled with whoever, and then they have to be notified, and then it.
No, that's made like that time is. I think they tell them like there's gonna be one in the fall, one in the summer, whatever,
Okay.
and it's organized by quota. It's just one day, so they split it 1 day here, 1 day here, 1 day here, like 3 months or 4 months later in between, 4 months in between them.
I guess while you're mentioning that, we did hear also that if you do the membership when they do go private, they're offering like 250 some odd days a
That's what I was
year,
gonna say. Yep.
and that to me is interesting. What do you think, Ryan? Are people going to actually be able to take advantage of those 200 and some odd days for $1 million?
Oh, they absolutely won't. Usually most people with that kind of money are going to be pretty busy, so they're not going to be able to be on track.
Zoom into that empty chair right there.
Exactly. I mean, you know,
Zoom into the empty chair.
Where the microphone is sitting right now, that's the spot. That's where John is supposed to be sitting.
That's the person who can afford.
Humbly between all of us, he's the man who could probably afford to do that. And as you guys can see, he ain't even in this chair to participate in this live.
for him, it's challenging for him to get on track once a month.
Yeah.
So the majority of, I mean, you know, we don't know who's going to be getting these memberships, but I'm guessing that the majority of the users that can afford it won't be able to go on track very much. And so it's going to be like a gym membership. You're going to pay that much money for maybe 2, possibly 3 track weekends
Hefe's calling.
or days.
Pause for Hefe.
Go,
Kidding.
no, go ahead.
Hello?
Take the call. Let's see where he's at. Tell him you're live.
Yes, sir. Head this way. We're already running live, but whoa, no, we got plenty of space for you. Híjole, you're in Korea House.
All right.
Shame. Oh,
Hey, this is great. You guys are
which one?
you guys are experiencing this live, y'all. Live. So while that happens, Larry's saying is that T11 owners get 4 days, 32 hours. Those days get organized and scheduled by T11.
I know where.
at
I know
Coda.
where. Yeah. No, that place is great, Hefe. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably be here for another hour, Hefe, if you want to swing by. Okay, Hefe. See you in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all good. Bye bye.
So the question is people are people going to want to continue this? After a year, they realize their investment equates to about, you know, a few weekends a year they can actually get free to do track days, you know.
Yeah.
With a small minority of users or people actually taking advantage of, you know, extended, you know, track time, you know.
Brother, what is the GOAT owners?
Coda? I don't know. Cody, you're gonna have to let us know what that is.
Yeah, please let us know.
Yeah.
And also, I'm curious how
Oh,
it's
Garage of the Americas. Yeah, so that's what. Yeah, that's what Larry is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I pose a
Go,
question
I
too,
love
is
it.
what's this going to do for race teams that use track days for testing and tuning? Are they going to get
'Cause we
special,
do see that a lot.
You know, is each team going to be able to have their own private time? Because, you know, you don't want all the teams together testing and tuning because, you know, confidentiality and stuff. So do you know?
Pirelli comes, Hoosier comes,
Yeah.
like separately.
So are they going to get a special time? Is that going to take away from the, you know, membership time? It's like a lot of, you know, smaller race teams use HPDs. It's a very, you know, affordable way to do testing. But if they're going to charge them, you know, like you were saying, it's charged, you know, that number goes up significantly. How's it going to, you know, affect small race teams that don't have the budget for a big, you know, test and tune day?
That's interesting.
I never even thought about that. Yeah.
What if they have to pay for a membership? I mean,
Jeez.
that'd be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be wild, dude. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how this all kind of plays out. I mean, we have a year,
Yep.
and I guess I won't say who mentioned it, but someone at the event this weekend was mentioning that they, like you said, they did try to do this plan way early on in the life of Coda, and it failed because social media had a big part to play in it.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. So when they say GOTA, G-O-T-A, it means Garages of the Americas. That's not T11 condos. That's
It's
a
across
separate
the street.
facility that was built across the street, trying to like house people so that they can like leave their car. Like people buy the units or whatever, but they leave their car there and then they have quick access to Coda. Now Coda's like, No more HPDEs.
But you gotta think about, they already made their money off of it, right? Because you have to pay for that stuff up front.
Okay, that's
Well,
crazy. I'm
but
just saying,
people
like,
with
this
memberships
changes.
could use that. So, where you store is independent.
But people in the, like, Coda's gonna wanna house the cars of the people who are getting memberships. They're gonna want to.
Yeah.
They'd want to, but if Roger Americas could offer a more affordable solution than T11, then maybe members that would want to use that instead. But Roger Americas, I doubt will have any access to the track if they don't have a membership.
That's insane.
Like the T11 people would have.
Dude, that's,
So yeah, so maybe everyone that, so my dad knows the owner that passed away, and his son's building all that stuff. That's where
Okay.
my trailer came from, actually. That's where it was stored.
Oh wow.
And so we had to clear it out because they were prepping the land to start building stuff. I'm sure all of that was predicated on, low cost HPDE members being able to store their cars and equipment, off-site in a cheaper facility than T11. So a lot of those people, I'm sure, are probably not going to be happy that they won't have access to the track.
And also think about like the local shops that rely on
this is gonna
on
impact
people
a
like
lot.
Larry, people like Matt that take their cars in for alignments, that have tires done. Like it's gonna affect a lot.
there's gonna
of
be a lot of
people.
downhill effect to this, right? Because it's not only them, but, Edge Addicts, for instance. I'm pretty sure their Instagram is Drive Coda.
Yes, it is.
It
is.
That's, I don't know if they travel anywhere else because I've never seen an Edge Addicts event at ECR or MSR Crescent or Houston.
They do Crescent. I think they used to do like individual days at Crescent, and then they stopped doing those like for the past 2-3 years. So now it's just Coda.
So their business, Karen must be freaking out.
Has to be.
They'll have to
that,
adjust.
that their next year is up with Coda. So then you have the local PCA, but the PCA groups are kind of adjusting. They visited other tracks before, so it's not a big deal for them. And then Chin might be the only one who's a little bit more secure because this is just a stop in their many tracks, but it's still going to impact their business in Texas. So it's not just the fact that the local community doesn't get to go, but the local businesses are going to be impacted. The local businesses are a big part of the people who go there. And then you have the HPDE organizers who aren't going to be able to put on those events there either. So there's a lot of downhill effect, but that just goes to show that even with all that, Coda's still not making enough money to at least be happy.
Yep.
Well, Tim ran some numbers, and like the difference in how much they make between these public rentals and that they would make by having 100 or 200 people make $1 million. It's pretty, like, the numbers aren't even comparable.
Oh yeah.
So I think Coda's just trying to like.
You know what? So this is something else that's going to kind of make me upset about it. Like I said, it's not my preferred track. But how many people in Texas are going to get a membership there to drive at Coda compared to how many people are going to end up getting memberships that live outside of the state,
We don't know.
right?
We don't know.
And
I know John's already looking at getting an ECR membership.
Well, look at that, right?
So, and that's a thing of a positive impact to all this is that, tracks close to us may benefit from this closure.
Yeah, but I guess my point is that a gentleman mentioned this in the drivers meeting that Coda gets tax breaks
Yeah.
for being in Texas. So how is the local community not able to take advantage of that since we're in essence kind of paying for it in a way? Not to get political on the channel, but
Yeah, no.
but and then to have people from like Mississippi or Alabama who can afford $1 million membership plus the monthly dues that are because it's not just paying $1 million and then you're good for a year to track. No, it's $1 million plus a monthly due every single month, and then they get to drive it. It's like, is there not a disconnect there?
Well, there is, and that would be a political thing of, lobbying politicians and have.
Because we
politicians-
own the politics. Somebody said that
I
in the
don't-
driver's
yeah.
meeting.
I don't own a
Not
politician.
at my salary, I don't.
Yeah, Karen called out, like, she finally came public about this
Yeah.
in the morning drivers meeting because she said she had a lot of people coming up and asking her. So she told the whole group of probably, 70, 80 people?
A lot of people.
A lot of people. And then obviously some people had their, well, we own the track because I pay my taxes. Like, yeah.
I do get the argument that if we are, feeling the effects of tax breaks.
We own the
you know, I mean, you know, schools, that tax money's not going to our community, right?
Yeah.
And so therefore, you know, we did that as a concession so that we can use the track, so the track would come here. Well, now we're not gonna be able to use the track, so we're still giving these concessions out, and, you know, we can't have access to it. There's an argument to say, well, maybe they shouldn't get tax breaks, but that's a political thing. That's for
Yeah,
the
I mean-
governor and the politicians to decide, is that something to take the fight of? I mean, we have a lot of other issues to take care of, so I don't know what that's gonna look like on our priority sheet, but there is a good argument to be made that if they're getting, you know, a lot of tax breaks, you know, how is the community not able to access this track?
Yeah, and again, y'all, we're not saying that we know the exact tax breakdown of the track, right? Because I have no clue. That's just something that we heard in there. Because there were some people who were making some pretty bold statements. Like, they want to act like a business, I'm gonna act like a customer. I'm like, yeah.
I'm not spending another cent, one of the guys said here at Coda.
Like,
That's his
brother,
prerogative. I mean, that's for him to do.
yeah,
I mean,
that's-
I'll still go to F1, you know, if they close the track or not. I mean, you know, I don't.
I mean,
It's going to suck not having to be able to go to the track as much, you know, because schedule-wise, I can't make NASCAR. I can't make other bigger events, you know. In the year of F1, I go to. I'll still go to it.
So we have, there's a discussion by Creative Cody and Larry. Creative Cody saying that this business model aligns with Austin Surf. I've never heard of it. It says a wave park, but it's also private member club opening in Austin. Is everything just...
man, let's just not get too political because we can go on a tangent,
Well,
but
everything
it's
just gone
wild that
private now?
everything's going towards a membership.
Well, it guarantees revenue.
It guarantees revenue, yeah.
Is really what it's about, is they want to guarantee revenue. And does it work or not? It's hard to say. If they can get the membership, then sure. If they can charge so much and know they can get so many people to pay that much money, guarantee revenue, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
like I said, to me, it's not like it's the world's best track, right? Because there's so many other tracks that we've been to that are better. Like, dude, Barber's cooler.
killer. Yeah.
Barber's cooler to me.
Barber's a good track.
Killer
And
cooler.
Barber's only what, like a 6-7 hour drive? Oh, maybe more.
Barber's more than that.
Like,
Barber's
for
a
us,
bit-
probably like 12 with a toter.
we will do it in a day.
We do it in a day, yeah.
travel. Yeah.
I mean,
But Watkins
nonetheless.
Glen, I would put Watkins Glen above Coda for me. I
Yeah,
love
I haven't even driven that yet
love
thanks to
Watkins Glen.
somebody, but
Well, Watkins Glen
I
is
didn't drive it
abs-
either, brother.
oh, you got sick
I
last
got
time.
sick.
You got
You
sick
got
last time.
Yeah.
But there are so many other tracks that are just, as far as driving it is concerned, is just
Yes.
so much better. But again, I mean, just after the live, don't go anywhere yet. I'm not trying to get you guys out, but go to Flat Rock's YouTube channel, and they have videos of their facilities and what they're gonna look like. They're not even done, but when we went, it even looked cool then.
Yeah.
In its building stage.
We walk into that gate in 3 years and we're going to be like, okay.
That place.
Yeah, where do we go to? Yeah. Where do we go? Because it's going to be so different.
That place you can probably be like, okay, this is $1 million facility. Coda, dude, the speakers are hanging off the wires at Coda. Like, not to rag on them, but the numbers just don't add up to me. And I think it mainly has to do with the fact that they have F1, they have MotoGP, they have NASCAR. And I think, grain of salt, Club of Clubs, I heard something about that.
What is that? I heard that too.
Apparently it's some like, Google it, but I heard something about there being something called the Club of Clubs, where there's a bunch of clubs that are being made under this brand. Y'all,
It
listen, grain
says
of
the
salt.
Austin Club located near the downtown Austin. Whatever the Austin Club is a distinguished private membership club and
No,
premier event venue.
that's the Austin
Okay,
Club. I'm talking about like,
Club of
Tim
Clubs.
if Tim was here, he'd be able to clarify. So like I said, take this as a grain of salt. It's not in Austin. It's a
But
worldwide
it's
thing.
exclusive.
It's an exclusive
It's a
worldwide thing.
membership, and they'll get access to through their membership of this club. It sounds like.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Found it.
But I haven't heard.
But also Flat Rock is members only track. Flat Rock is a members only track, but my point is that to me, let's just say I hit the Mega Million, and I have to pick which track I want to be at. Coda might be closer, but at $1 million, I'm going to Flat Rock. I'll take that flight.
If you have the money for the membership, you could afford a car, the on-site location to store the car,
Yeah.
and just fly out to the track and enjoy it for a weekend.
And the
fly
condos,
back.
I don't know, and I don't know what Larry's condo looks like, but based on what we saw during the tour, condos at Flat Rock it looks like a resort over there.
Oh yeah.
Coda don't look like no resort, but did you find what I was talking about?
Yes, so apparently it's this.
What's the website?
It's called Motorsports Club of Club. It's called clubofclubs.org.
Just so you guys can check it out if you guys want to follow along with what we're talking about.
I guess it's when you do like you join. If you join this, do you have access to all these tracks around the world? Because they have a track in Spain, they have Autobahn, they have one in South Korea, Norway, Atlanta. Flat Rock is also part of the Club of Clubs. They have one in Japan, the Marig. This is a cool circuit, the Marigawa circuit, and then Rocky Mountain Motorsports in Canada. That's crazy.
That's interesting.
It's super interesting, yeah.
Maybe that's our 2027.
Shoot. Hey, start doing those scratch off, guys, because we're going. But again, for me, I just wouldn't, right? For $1 million, let's just say I even had that as pocket change. It doesn't balance out. For even if you gave me 365 days a year to do that, you pay $1 million for that membership, or you just pay the $1,500 to do an HPDE at Coda. Which one balances out? Which one is more feasible?
Yeah.
Well, we all know.
But I'm also saying this as a person that doesn't have $1 million to do the membership, so take that with a grain of salt as well, y'all.
Well, to spend $1 million, you'd have to have.
You have to have way more than that. Hey, I could be wild and reckless with that. Could have just hit
That's
the
true.
lotto, got my $1 million, and said, "Boo, I got my."
That's a great plan.
It's a great plan.
Great plan.
Financial responsibility at its finest.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, we have a year. We can see what happens within that year. If John was here, I would like to get his take on it as somebody who can actually afford to do that. But it's just baffling to me.
Yeah, him, John, TJ, Tim, like they had separate discussions on the side about all this, on the financial side, because they're used to dealing with figures like that. So yeah, I'd be interested on what John has to say about all this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess John is supposed to be on his way here, so we'll get his thoughts on it a little later on when he arrives. So we're going to touch on this subject again here in a few, but on to more positive things now that we've gotten our local track sadness out of the way. Year wrap up for us. It has been a pretty cool year. We made a summer trip. We had a summer trip out to VIR, Flat Rock, Barber, not to mention our usual stays at Coda and ECR. We've had a pretty good year.
Did we do seven different tracks this year, I think?
7, yes, we did. 7 different tracks. I've gotten over 600 laps in. I know you guys have had to at least double that number between the two.
I just
of you
do
guys.
like an out lap and a hot lap.
Huh?
So I have like 100 laps this year.
Oh, this is true. Listen, this is probably one of the most frustrating parts about him. His name is Creative Cody, so maybe he understands what I'm talking about. But if you go trackside and you're looking for specific cars that go around track, and the car you're looking for goes out for 2 laps and then tucks away, it's like, where the fuck are you at?
In the pits.
In the pits.
In the pits.
Because he used his two good laps to go out there.
That's it.
But that aside, this was a good year for a lot of firsts. So my first year as a driver, Ryan, we got a cool video coming out on this. So if you guys want to see how I did over the course of the last year, get ready for that video as it's going to be dropping. Felix became an instructor for the first year, and guess what? I was his first student too. That was kind of cheating though.
It's definitely cheating.
But you did have your first official student just recently. How was that?
That was good. That was good. It's definitely way different. I was driving, had a student, working on cars. I was literally hopping in, and it was bizarre, honestly. But I had a good time. I'm only going to do that for the PCA peeps. I'm sorry, Chin and Edge, but dude, that wore me out. But it was fun. It was also cool. I guess I was also cheating, I think, because that event was a club race, so it was technically only advanced drivers or intermediate advanced drivers, and then the races. So I didn't get like someone completely green. He understood all the lingo. He's an advanced student elsewhere. He's just first time at Coda, so.
Man, you know, I'm glad that you say that, because imagine how Ryan feels, because Ryan was, when you're talking about being worn out.
Ryan, yeah.
Ryan went from like driving to not even taking off his helmet to hopping in the car with me.
Yep.
going out for our full 30-minute session,
Yep.
coming back, being able to get like maybe a 15-minute breather because we're in the car doing a debrief,
A debrief, yeah.
Yep.
sucking down a little bit of water, and then going back out there again. And that actually resulted in him missing a few sessions. So now that I'm solo, you good now, but
Good.
it's tough.
Well,
It's
he missed
tough.
sessions, I didn't, so.
Yeah. Maybe because he's smart and he's like, dude, I can't do this right now.
By
But
now.
you're full blown, like, you're basically a track rat at this point.
too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's interesting. Ryan, I guess looking back at the year, what would be your highlight of the year?
I didn't crash.
Okay. I was your student. That's another good highlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a lot of good students.
I had
In fact,
one decent student, not you, Jorge.
Yeah, I mean, excuse the exception. I've had a lot of good students. No, I mean, honestly, I've not had a bad student yet. Knock on wood. Sorry for the microphone. But it's, this was a great year. We had a lot of positive progress with the team. Obviously, with Felix becoming an instructor was great to see. Seeing you as a student, and then start documenting kind of what that process is like is very interesting. Because Felix and I have been doing this for a while, so it's kind of interesting to be reminded of how people start, and then hopefully use that to help accelerate your growth. Past that, I had some, lower times throughout the year. Got to drive different cars. Some incredible
Which one's your
cars.
favorite one so far?
Well, I mean, my favorite car is the GT2 RS by far.
But that's retired. I'm talking about this year, because this year we picked up a second GT3 RS. Well,
Right.
technically a second and third, but one of them doesn't get driven.
Yeah.
We picked up a second GT3 RS, and then we recently picked up the 992.2 GT3.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, of our current fleet, I think the ice gray, is that right? The color ice gray? GT3
primer
RS.
gray, according to Frank.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the newly flagged primer gray car would probably be one of my favorite of this year.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think anything's gonna replace the GT2 RS except for the 992 GT2 RS.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy.
Felix, what do you think? Which one is your favorite car so far?
Man, this year, I enjoyed driving the 911s, but I really tried to stay away from them because they're so good.
Dude, it's cheating. how
It's
good it
cheating.
is.
Honestly, like, I really enjoyed my time this year in the 4RS. Earlier this year, we had some pretty spicy laps.
Oh, that's true, because this year was the year that you hit your 216.
216, yep. It hasn't been my fastest time ever, but in that car, it feels like a huge accomplishment. So,
I mean, for the record, no one, to our knowledge, has beaten that 216, what?
9.5.
216.95. The closest was a 216.9, what?
7.
9.7.
yeah.
By a pro driver, by the way, so shout out to my boy for making that
Randy
happen.
Pope's the one that makes all the, what did he do? The Motor Trend comparison
Yes.
between the GT3.
Hey,
the-
Motor Trend, boom. Anyway,
No.
but to be fair, just to clarify, you have probably more laps in a Cayman platform
In
than-
that car, yeah, I have
than
so many
so
fucking
many
laps.
people. So
At Coda.
At
at
Coda,
Coda.
yeah.
So there's an advantage there, but not to say that you could just do that in any car.
But he's not in the same car either. He's in a very modified car.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not go there. We don't need to. So I think I really liked that this year. But man, dude, like the summer trip was a freaking ball. Like just in general, like hanging with the boys for 2 weeks is fucking crazy. And with John, like it was just a ruckus. And then we ended up the year with this December event. Like it just seemed like we were all just having a good time.
Yeah.
It was a
It
great
didn't
time.
feel congested. Like Larry still made me work on his car, whatever. But I don't know. It just felt like we were all just out there having a blast. TJ was having a
great
great
time.
time. Tim was having a great freaking time.
Yeah.
And yeah, John was stoked.
John was stoked the whole weekend.
He got out of the car one time shaking because, he ended up. One guy pointed him by, but he had a car in front. And John hadn't seen the car, and then the guy takes turn 12, and John goes on the inside of the turtle to not like T-bone him.
Oh man.
So we got away with it end of year. But this last event just felt awesome. It was
good. It was good into the season.
it was good into the season.
It really
for sure.
was. Even man, and then for me,
I mean, we bled the brakes to the fifth car, the new car,
Oh.
at fucking 6 a.m. On Saturday. Like, it barely all
got
lined
prepped.
up. We put stickers on the car as it was like, as we were rolling into Coda.
Yeah.
It worked out. I don't know, just, yeah.
and then I guess for me, the GT3 RS, the primer gray, ice gray, metallic, whatever you want, that car is just so good. I drove it for the first time at VIR, and I was just mind blown. But I have to say, dude, after you put the GT4 on R7s, good Lord, that car, I didn't even want to drive the GT3. Like, we have a brand new
I know. I still can't believe you didn't.
992.2 GT3, and I'm just like, I'm going in the GT4. That's how good, between the setup and the tires, I didn't even care to drive anything else, really. I really didn't. So I really do like the way the GT4 is feeling right
And
now.
for some reason, TJ and Tim and Alvin and Brian, they just don't give a shit. They don't like care about the GT4.
I will say,
That's a fun car
Alvin
to
did drive
drive.
it. Alvin did drive it.
Alvin, we're going to give him this little bit right now because he was supposed to be here and he chickened out. But Alvin does go out in the GT4 more than anybody else outside of like our small group, right?
It's a fun car.
It's just a super fun car. I mean, like I said in the video that I made that I got a lot of crap on to not buy a GT3 RS because it's almost a cheater car. And if you buy the GT4, it's just so much more rewarding in my opinion to get a clean lap. And this coming from somebody who doesn't go as fast as you guys, but it still feels like I have to work in that car more than I have to work in the GT3 RS.
I don't know. I have to work really hard on GT3
But you guys are going down to like the last 80 bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back to the Coda news because I think Matt just chimed in. Matt, we're way past this conversation, but he did put, I don't understand why they can't do 200 member days, 25 HPDE days, and 10 days for turn 11 condos. And Larry's like, seriously? And then Cody says that he swears he had read that somewhere, but he can't find the source. And then Chris is bummed. Chris just popped in and he said he's bummed about the whole quota thing. So
Well, but keep in mind, if they offer the public any access to the track,
it's not
it
private.
takes away the exclusivity. You have to build that scarcity to force users to want to give that money to them to get the membership. Because if you had the choice of a $1,500 track day weekend and a $1 million subscription, you're going to go with the track day once, twice a year and enjoy it.
Hey, good thing this isn't music, because I would have just pirated that music already. I just pirated the music already.
yeah.
So
That sucks.
But I don't know.
that's how it explains it. But it would be nice if they offered members access to the track. They still offered HPDEs. They
You
still
know
offered
what?
all that stuff.
To your point, I think the only way they would do that is if they jacked up the price to get that rental. Because I was a part of a production like 2 years ago where they were doing, it was for a esports team, and they were doing an announcement for some game that had cars in it. And they tried to rent out Coda at the time. I heard it was like 75 grand to rent Coda.
Years ago, it was 50 to 60,000 to rent it for the weekend.
So
I think 75 is like the current rate.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but this was like 2 years ago.
Next year it's
So
going
the
up.
owner of the team was like, no, we're not paying 75 grand to rent the track out.
Yeah.
For that production.
There's
So
no way. But if they can hit their member mark and make their revenue they want to make,
they won't
while still offering time for HPDEs, then it's a no-brainer. They can do it.
I guess the private people would still get like days away from the poor people. So
Yeah.
you'd probably be happy with that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not for $1 million.
Well, again, if they can hit their number and offer HPDE, then they could do that. But we don't think that there's a way to do that. So that's why they've decided to go private.
Because they're talking about like 250 memberships is what they're looking for
That's
at a
what's
million. So
Yeah.
even if they hit half that, a lot of people are like, if they hit half that, they're good.
Well,
And that's 150 people, right? And who knows what they're gonna be allowed with guests and all that. So
I mean, somebody down in the
dude,
comments
these guys are going wild.
and rip some maps. Somebody let us know what the rumors were about the monthly dues, because I don't know how to say this in another way. They're not going to make their nut with just half of those memberships at $1 million. It's the $1 million plus the monthly dues,
Yeah.
plus the big events that happen there, F1, MotoGP, because I'm sure they have a premium to host those races there, right? I'm pretty sure they can't just be like 75 people made up $75 million, and we're good. I don't think that's nowhere near enough. But then again, like I said,
Hey, Larry said, with the support of the SAGA family, I managed to take 3 seconds off my lap times this year.
There
Hey,
you
shout
go.
out to Larry.
That's a great.
It wasn't our
high point.
support, you just learned how to listen, Larry.
And you also had some great breaks on Sunday.
Yeah,
He also got some
he also got
great
some breaks on
breaks
Sunday.
on
You're welcome.
Sunday.
Anyone else doing the Chin Spa Nürburgring event in August? Yeah, keep on asking. I don't think we're, so Chin does the whole thing where they
go to Europe.
Yeah, they go to Europe.
That would be so sick.
That'd be
I would
sick.
want to go just with John. Let him do the laps with just the
We'll just go watch him do it. It'd be awesome.
It'd be so sick.
Okay, let's make that happen. I'll try to make that happen.
And we
then.
can still be the support crew for John. Like I don't care. But that would be so sick.
Thing to test, just do it and see. Man, this year's definitely been a ball, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of cool things that happened. I mean, dude, like you said, listen, if you guys want to know what happens during the summer trip, we would have to create a Patreon because.
No, we have to create an OnlyFans for
And
that.
only probably.
Whoa! All right, I don't want it to
I'm
get.
just saying.
We would have
And
to.
only Saga.
We would have to block that off because when we say that is a guys trip, that is nothing but cars, shit talking, and the occasional drinking, and the push-ups. If you guys know what we're talking about, things get pretty rowdy during the summer trip.
If you guys want to travel, let me know. Like, if you guys want to travel and do different dates, let me know. We usually line it up in the summer just because Coda is too hot, or anything in Texas is too hot. So we still go to Barber, which is scorching hot. But anyways, we visit tracks like VAR, Watkins. I want to do Mid-Ohio. I want to do Road America. So if we can all make it work to where it's a bigger group, it's going to be a good time. But plan on being out of town for at least 2 weeks.
And we've talked about a West Coast trip. Talked about a.
I want to do a West Coast trip
Southeast
for sure.
Oh, Laguna?
That would be cool. None of our cars can go. Probably the
was gonna say.
GT4.
What, at Laguna?
Yeah.
Why?
The sound.
We'll be walking the track, but yeah, that'd be great.
What do you, they have,
They have,
There's
they have a
some
93 decibel limit.
boy, you better put some cats on them damn
I'm not
cars.
gonna put shit on them. Yeah.
Well,
No, I think a stock GT3 doesn't pass.
A stock GT3 does not
I think
pass.
a stock GT3 doesn't pass. Yeah.
So who
maybe-
races there?
They have high decibel days, where they are allowed to go like 104. A lot of people get away with it, or they know like where the reader is, so they'll kind of chill out in that section, and then it's.
They also have like
Which-
directors for the exhaust to point the
Yeah,
opposite
that's
direction.
that's what I heard.
They try to
Laguna,
do
Laguna
everything.
pipes.
Yes.
Which track did we go to where there was like quiet hours?
That was Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta, right? And that's where I heard about them having the deflectors for the sound for the exhaust.
Yeah.
That's so. I mean, I guess that's interesting, right? So there's tracks that are in areas with sound restrictions. How does that even work out
The-
for
the-
HVDs?
Well, like Laguna was there before the people came around Laguna, and then the people moved next to the track, and then they started complaining, and then it gets complicated quick.
That's interesting because back in Killeen near Fort Hood, there used to be a dirt racetrack there, and then they took it out because they started building housing there. They took it
Oh,
out.
but they just got outbought, right? Or they?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but they eventually just left, and then they built a Walmart there. So I'm not sure how that panned out, but it's interesting to know that's a thing. So I guess we're not going to Laguna unless we want to just blow another engine in the GT4.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be fine.
That's always an option, right?
Yep.
That's always an option, sir. Everyone's just like back to back in the GT4. Pobrecito.
There's 103 decibel days at Laguna.
Yeah, there.
That's wild, man. But hey, if you got a trailer and you got a truck,
Make it happen.
make it happen. Come with us, but just don't. This is not a trip for the faint of heart.
No.
You got to have some tough skin. So that's all I'll say. But if you guys want to see that, maybe we'll do like a Patreon channel where you
Very
guys can
cool.
pay to see some of that. Not everything will go there because some of us have normal jobs and we cannot afford to look that wild out on the internet. But to continue down the year, we just had our last event. All right, so let's talk about what we did there. A lot of us rotated out of all the cars during this event, except for me, because I'm not driving anything but the yellow car. The orange car was cool.
Yeah.
You drove 3 of the cars.
I drove 3 of the cars.
Yeah.
Ice cream car. Yellow
But
car,
mainly
orange
the
car.
ye-
Could have driven a 4th car.
No, Listen, I mean, y'all let me know if I'm crazy, but if I
It's
got a
crazy.
perfectly good GT4 that feels great, I'm gonna keep going with that thing other than any other car.
I need
I
to
don't
fix
agree.
it.
You need to, you need to unfuck it. You need to fuck it up, is what you're saying.
I need to fix the GT4.
What's wrong with the GT4?
The sideways hop, I don't
Oh,
like it.
okay.
but
Tell him what's going on with
It's
that. Since
oscillation,
that's related to your 219, which I baited him into trying this weekend.
I almost got there. Yeah, the car on power and lateral load, it has like a sideways hop, and
Well, it's after a bump. I think there's a bump after
No,
13.
it's-
I feel a bump, and then it just.
but for me, it's doing it like slightly down too, and then you look at Jorge's video, like exiting of 20, and it has like a little bit to it.
Man,
I think it's just getting worse and worse. But we did buy these shocks used.
this week it was bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we'll see, but yeah, the car has a super bad hop, and it gives you like zero confidence through the stadium section, where it's like pretty common
Yeah.
to have a car that's super upset through there, or a rear, and the car just going, "Wah, wah, wah," and it can be good for the engine, for the drivetrain, for the tires. It's not good for anything, but.
So would that have contributed to the high speed vibrations from the wheels being displaced?
Oh yeah, he didn't know what the vibrations were on the wheels, because he says that after I drove it, it started like, he said as it was picking up speed, it was vibrating more.
It sucks.
And I was like, was it after I drove it? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. So when you start really laying it down on low pressures and on the slow speed stuff, the wheel starts turning inside the tire, and that's just a Hoosier thing. I think that's why we went away from Hoosiers for a while, because we would just go down the back street like,
For a while, it was really bad.
yeah, those 345. But it's a tire problem.
I thought it was tire clag. Like when we went to ECR and
Yeah.
they started vibrating, I was like, what is that? And they were like, no, it's just tire clag. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, we got tire clag. Harder on the brakes, harder on the throttle, and it did not help
Didn't help,
whatsoever.
no.
So I was
No,
just
if
going
it's out
down
of
the
balance,
vibrating.
nothing's going to help it. Unless you can get it all the way back around where you need to be, which we tried
We've
that.
almost done that one time.
We got
yeah.
close.
Imagine rebalancing your tire on track.
Oh,
we mark them so you can
Yeah,
see
mark
what your progress is.
You know what? We should check out where the marking is at, because you mark them to the stem, right?
yeah.
So we should see where they're at.
yeah, we'll check it out.
But I know I baited you into trying for a 219 because Ryan got in the car, and I know you guys don't see Ryan on the channel that often because he's pretty busy.
He's got a real job.
He's got. Fool, I got a real job too. But I just make it here on
too.
Friday. Fool, you work here.
No, fake jobs.
But so Ryan gets in the car, and I'm going, Ryan, you got a fucking 219 in this car. You got a 219. You're at least 10 seconds faster than me. So go do a 219.
There you go.
He hears it and he's like, bet.
Give me a second.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
You didn't come close to the 219, right?
I got best was 25 in traffic, but I was in a lower run group, and the point buys weren't as efficient, and I got help a lot.
There's no efficiency at I'll say these events, not to drop the organization, is not the biggest thing.
No, it's the course, because the advanced group isn't held to a higher standard like the very advanced group is. And I will say I went out white group for my last session, and they had much better passing.
Let me just be honest.
Yes.
Is the way that these run groups are categorized, is that just like a feel good thing? Like a,
Dude, it has
like
to
an
be.
intermediate, advanced, very advanced?
Let's
just shoot straight.
I'ma kick it to
Novice,
Ryan.
intermediate, advanced.
I'm going to kick it to Ryan because you were in my run group.
Yeah.
Ryan sat right seat for 3 of my sessions this weekend.
Yep.
Out of the 9 or whatever that I did.
Well, 9, but
Was it 9? Well, we have like 5 runs every day.
you didn't do 5 one day and 4 another day.
Okay, maybe I did like 7
Something
sessions.
like that.
Okay, either way, that's
6.
not the point. Shut. In the intermediate run group,
Yes. Which is pass only in the straights.
do you think that a lot of those people were intermediate?
I mean, I felt, well, so. I mean,
There you go.
Yes, but
there
well.
you go.
I have some opinions. Some of them I felt like were closer to the novice. I mean,
We're arguing because there's no novice group for this organization.
Well, there is, but
There
it's
is,
called
but-
the blue group.
Yes.
And they're only there for like
Half
one
day,
day.
half day, 2
Half day.
events,
Half day.
two sessions.
so
But-
I will argue that, you have to give people some grace that there's a wider range of drivers in this group, that you have some that are, they're pretty much novice, and you have some that are
Let
pretty
me
much.
put the camera on me while he tells me this bullshit. Go ahead.
There you go. So you have some that are very novice and some that are pretty advanced for the intermediate group. And so we got some good point buys that were pretty. No, as soon as we got to a straight, If you're in the S's, you're following whoever you're following until you get to
I'm
at
good with that.
least 9.
Continue.
And some people, I saw a couple of taps on the mirror. But we also
One
saw...
tap in the mirror, but
we also saw instructors giving point buys. We saw people giving point buys on the outside of the car, not towards the inside of the apex. We saw a lot of bad stuff. We saw people...
Listen, brother.
Would pass 3 straightaways before going on the back straight and saying, okay, now you can pass me. And we also saw some drag racing, which you shouldn't do either.
As somebody who has recently been in the novice groups at many different tracks and being intermediate twice here, I personally don't feel like at this event organizer that intermediate is actually, you're on the mic, brother.
That's fine. Hey, Tim, you're in the live show, Tim.
Oh, special
I
guest.
tell him to join and he could talk to you there.
Well, do you have anything to say?
Another special guest.
No, I was calling about something else. I didn't realize you were on live show.
No, you're on live now,
You're on
right?
live. How was this weekend?
Say something productive, Tim.
It was great. The weather was perfect. A lot of great cars, good company.
Okay, that's enough, Tim.
Had a great
I'm kidding.
On that note,
Yeah. Which car? Okay, before I call you back, which car did you enjoy the most driving this weekend?
You know, I have to say I really enjoyed Margarita. I had a great time in it. The other
Margarita.
cars are faster, but I had a lot of fun in the new 992.2 GT3.
I can
It's
get
a
behind
great
that.
car straight off the showroom floor.
It is.
It
It's
did great.
amazing. what
It
you
did
do.
great. I agree.
I'm staying faithful.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we were hassling some pretty serious cars on it, just those street tires, you know.
Yeah. Well, what? He wants me to call out that he passed that Manti 992 GT3 RS, huh? You see? He's setting it up. He's setting it up.
Wasn't the only thing.
It wasn't the only thing, that's for sure. Okay, Tim, I'll call you a little bit later.
Okay, bye, buddy.
Okay. But back to shitting on these run groups. Brother, the only tap in the mirror we got was from Back It Up Terry, okay? That's the only one we got. And people didn't even know the line at Coda.
Oh, but you always see turbo lines. I see turbo lines in very advanced.
Brother,
What?
listen, man, I'm gonna stick by my guns. I do not think that these run groups are even. I think you were in the real intermediate run group.
The only critique I will say is that they base it off lap time, and
Terrible.
other organizers base it on factors like very efficient point buys. Like, they don't really care what time you're running. If you're in very advanced, they'll run Miatas in very advanced.
Yeah.
But they'll give you a point by two corners, ahead. So that way you are never held up. And I would take that over putting every Porsche GT3 RS together and having a very inconsistent experience of point buys and driver lines.
Man, then I should have been in at red advanced based on my lap time because that's wild.
Well, in me coming up, progressing through the ranks, I always held the higher ranks as like, oh, it's like a big step up, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna suck. I'm gonna be like the slowest person in that run group. And you get there and you're like, oh, that's not the case at all, actually. You're
That's how I felt.
pretty held.
I hear intermediate. I'm so okay. This is where I should start being a little bit more challenged.
Yeah. I still remember when all of us got into Red Advanced, and as that code, I forgot who the organizer was, and I remember this. John was like freaking out that we're now in advanced class, and that we were just going to be holding everyone up, and it's just going to be insane. After the first run group session, we're like,
They slow us.
well, it's like we are by far not the slowest in this group, and we can absolutely hang, and we're not holding anybody up. Like,
But look at the flips. Like, let me just speak of the flip side, right? Because we don't want all these people self-promoting or thinking that or whatever.
100%. Yeah.
There's a lot of people who will register in very advanced because they used to race in Trans Am 30 years ago or whatever, and they're like in a 3RS, they're 30 seconds off pace or not. I mean, I don't care about that. They're not paying attention. They hold you up for half a lap, but they're in white group, and you're like, how does this happen?
yeah, well, because they got registered that way, and they should be knocked down. It should be reported. They should be knocked down very quickly. And
So
so,
we-
that's on the organizer to recognize that they put someone in the wrong group.
So we've actually spoken about this on the show before, and I think Larry was on that. Matt was on it. Should there be
Cartagena.
a system where there's maybe a recheck,
A reval.
a re-eval of driver's performance to maintain that classification of advanced or very advanced or even intermediate. 'Cause I'm telling you, there were guys out there in my run group for intermediate. There were several GT3 RSs out there,
Yeah.
and they didn't know left from right.
Oh, we've seen race cars that absolutely can't drive.
So
So-
it's crazy.
I think it's on the organizer to monitor the progress throughout the weekend for all the run groups and get reports in, have instructors report in, to
But some of the
identify.
instructors don't know what they're doing, to be honest.
Well, then that's a different problem.
So, but
But I'm
completely
saying,
different problem, yeah.
but you see what I'm saying? I get it. But what's the eval process look like?
I mean, if you're asking if we should be evaluated every year to go to advanced, I would say no, because I don't want to go through that. But at the same time, someone could be having an off day. Someone could be having a dehydration issue. Like, there's a lot of reasons why people could be having problems on track. It's more of an issue of they need to really watch the track. And at any given time, if they see someone's driving erratically, someone is being too overly aggressive, or let's say someone's driving a lower run group that's intimidating all the other drivers, which has happened in the past, that needs to get taken care of. That person needs to probably get moved up if they're driving safely and erratic, or if they're not driving safely, then they need to put an instructor in the car to do the evaluation right then and there. And some organizers are more aggressive with that than others.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just thinking out loud here. I know like instructors have that MSF certification. I'm like, man, should there exist something like that for students?
well,
Like just where it's like a
Like a universal. Well,
yeah. Well, because that's the thing. Like all these event organizers, when you register with one, sometimes they'll reach out to the other one, and they all kind of communicate, but they're so different from each other.
Well, but every organizer, including Edge, has student evaluation. So every instructor has to get fill out an evaluation. So, every
Did
organizer.
you fill out mine already, or what?
What's that?
Did you fill out mine or what?
Not yet.
Well, you better put
We'll,
A
we'll,
plus
we'll
plus
see.
that
We'll
shit.
see how today goes.
Hey, everybody calm down.
So, so the organizers have information and history on drivers, and so they could communicate. So if you're, like we've been through before, we're very advanced with PCA. If we go to what is it, Driver's Edge, can call PCA and be like, look, these people are registering. I
don't
want to
think
go
they
very advanced. What do you
Some of them
think?
do. 'Cause
If
Tim Scott
PCA
calls.
can give us a good recommendation, I feel that's valid to Driver's Edge to consider, okay, we're going to put them in advanced group. Now, I think if we haven't been there, they should put a little closer eye on us from afar and say, well, are these cars a problem? And if they get a report of it, then immediately we should be evaluated.
I don't remember where I stood on this when we did this in the live last time, but I know one of my opinions on this is if they've had a long period of no HPDEs,
If there's a time gap, for sure,
they
should be
should not
evaluated.
just be like, oh, you're automatically in the advanced run group.
No, but take someone like Terry, right? Terry hadn't tracked for a very long time.
Yeah.
But he's a smart guy. He's considerate. He knows kind of what his limits are, and he's kind of starting off slow. But he has a lot of background, and I would put him in a pretty high, category of
I mean,
driver capability.
He did a check ride. I'm not going to say the vehicle just so we won't out him, but he did a check ride in a very interesting vehicle, and he passed. So he technically moved up to advanced this
Yeah.
weekend.
So yeah, if you have a certain period of time of you have a gap that you haven't driven in a while, then you should be reevaluated just to make sure you're still up to par. I think if you've come off of 10 years hiatus, yeah, maybe you start off in intermediate, don't go advanced. But I think but the path should be pretty easy of going up to advanced if you still have what you knew before. If you forgot all of it, then you should go through the entire program of novice all the way through to advanced with check rides, like anyone new to the sport would have. As far as like a central certification, like an MSF type certification, that'd be hard because like MSF will only certify instructors at certain tracks, certain times of the year, and so does everyone have time to do that? Probably not. So, and if they can get certified, it's kind of like the people who will get certifications in the IT industry. You put them in practice, they have no idea what they're doing. So I don't hold a lot of credit to certifications for that kind of stuff. I want to see what they actually can do.
Yeah, and Larry confirmed that Edge did call PCA for. They contacted PCA to find out what driver level he was at.
I'm all for organizers getting references from other organizers.
I mean,
I'm all for that.
I guess if the standard was normalized, that would make things a little bit easier. Like if there was just a database where they can just look you up and then find out, okay, Ryan's advanced at Chin Track Days, at PCA, and he's driven all these tracks. Maybe that would be a lot easier. But this whole lap time crap, like that to me makes no sense because I don't believe some of those guys are running the lap times that they claim to have run.
And that's all, that has to be verified.
Brother, what lap time did you put me down to be in the intermediate? 'Cause I know I've been below 40s. Because that's the minimum barrier for advanced, right? Is 40.
I think to be very advanced, you have to be under 30. To be advanced, you have to be under 40. And then to be...
You heard that, Karen? I'm just playing.
And then I guess, I don't know. It's the lap times are a little high. Yeah, at the end of the day, like...
But imagine if you gotta be sub 219 to be very advanced. That's
That'd
a
be cool.
small group.
That'd be cool.
Good.
220.
I'd run in that group.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's tough, and I understand, right? Let's set 2 advanced groups because eventually, like, there'll be a group of people who just have all the experience, and they can't, like, it just doesn't look good. I love my boy Alvin, but Alvin's been an intermediate for a long time, and it's like that just doesn't have any feels good to it, right? For anybody.
Well,
I know Alvin doesn't give a crap because
Alvin
Alvin's out
doesn't
there
care.
having a ball.
Yeah, that's the problem. I put more of that on Alvin of not trying to achieve advanced status. He can. He could achieve
For sure.
advanced status.
But he's like, we're having a good time. We're all sharing cars
Yes.
to sometimes
Well-
everyone being in very advanced
See, and
work.
somebody else on this panel also has an issue with advancing too, and I always remind them.
Wait.
You can always advance, but you can always drop yourself down to another run group,
Yep.
and that people don't take advantage of that.
I'm about to defend myself hard here.
Please.
I'm intermediate everywhere except for Coda with Chin.
But how many discussions have you and I had about you advancing, and you say no, not this
I'm
weekend?
good. I'm good. Well, for one,
We'll leave that question unanswered for
well,
the record.
we'll leave it.
Yeah,
we'll leave
yeah.
it for that like that for now. But
Yeah,
to
it's
defend Alvin,
every weekend.
to defend Alvin, even though he don't deserve no defending, because Alvin, if you're watching this later, you know why I'm mad at you.
We are coming to dinner, buddy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He gets a pass because he's celebrating his daughter's birthday. Alvin did try to advance once at PCA, and guess who was his check ride instructor?
Cool.
Tim. Remember that was a weekend where he was like, no, he's out there like going out there without a point.
I don't remember that.
I remember that because I was trying to hype him up to move up, and Tim was like, no, he's not ready.
Well, then he wasn't ready then, but I mean, he could be ready now.
It's been a while.
He can be ready. I think the problem in this
He's more
was-
serious about it for sure in the past couple months than he's ever been.
I think the problem with Alvin really comes down to him just going out there aimlessly and not setting some sort of goal as to what he needs to work on for each session. And I spoke to him this last weekend. And I spoke to you about it too. But hey, ask for the very first session of your weekend, get with Ryan, get with Felix, and get somebody in the car so that you can set the pace that way. Okay, the first session, Felix said that I need to be braking here, turning in here, hitting all these
They
markers.
start talking to themselves,
right?
versus just...
And then the rest of that day, go out there and run it. Like kind of what we did.
Yep.
Where the second day you hopped in the car, I'm like, hey, this is what I was doing on my own. Now tell me where I'm messing up.
Yeah.
And Ryan was like, hold my beer. Here.
Yeah, it was
But
a long list.
I think
Just kidding.
I think that
Not
that's
kidding.
probably, and I recommended this to you as a part of our own program, that if we have, I'm the newest driver, but if we continue to have more drivers, that as we make it to like an intermediate solo, that it's a requirement that you have to have an instructor for the first day, or a coach rather, for the first day. This way you set,
Like
that
that.
sets the pace for the rest of the day, and then maybe there's like a, hey, let's check on learning on that second day to see where they're at.
Well, I'll give credit to Alvin. He did ask me to sit right.
But
seat
you guys
with
were in the
him.
fucking.
But we were in the same run group,
Yeah.
and I had you as a student, so it was just it
It wasn't
gonna
feasible
work.
that day. Yeah.
He told me
So-
to, and I'm like, yeah, let me get my stuff. And he's like, nah, but I don't drive this car or whatever. So it was nothing but excuses, but I think we just need to make it happen for next time. Raymond said, no video, no time. Imagine everybody making a video like, hey, my name is Felix. I'm about to go run a session. And then set it like a 216. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But so many people would botch that.
Dude. I mean, send it to me and I can make it happen. All right, guys. You can be the fastest person at Coda. just like I'm faster than TJ.
Exactly.
I'm
But that's easy.
So, but to your point of we should force people like the first session to get someone in the right seat.
Only
in the
at a
car.
certain level.
But see, I would put that on the driver. The driver should ask for that. They should really say, what am I?
I agree.
I
agree
think-
to an extent.
I mean, people don't know what they don't know, so they're not going to be like, I need to work on stuff. I still need to work on stuff. I know I need to work on stuff. But, you know,
You do.
I feel people should ask for that themselves versus us having to force it on them.
I agree.
Because then
agree
they'll
with
be
that
more
sentiment.
open to the feedback versus, like, I'll be honest, I had a lot of instructors in the beginning of my career, and I'm like, what can I do to get you out of my car? Like, how do I need to drive to get
That's
you
true.
comfortable so then I can start doing weird stuff on the track to learn what I can and can't do? Because I don't want to do it with instructors in the car because they're yelling at me to do the wrong line and do this and do that.
I've been there one weekend.
Yeah.
I agree with that sentiment just because that's why I didn't want to move up in run groups in certain cases because some of those run groups don't have like an intermediate instructed. Some of them are like you have to go out there on your own, and it's like no.
Every organizer will let you go out with an instructor,
Well-
even advanced instructors.
Maybe that's just TJ fucking saying stupid stuff. But anyway,
I'll still go out with you.
but,
TJ
nonetheless,
Connor.
Whatever
but
run group you're in.
I like having the feedback though, right? And that mainly has to do with my self-preservation. Like, hey, I'm gonna listen to whatever you tell me to do,
Yeah.
and we're doing that.
You have some habits you got to break, yes.
Watch the video when we drop that because we're gonna be talking. We're having some moments of clarity on that.
Yeah.
But to me, at least for our group, for the ones who like Alvin, he's been intermediate since I've been on the team, and that's wild. I think it should be to a point where he's moved up.
I agree
But
completely.
I want to see him want that. I want to see him go for it. And if he
He's
fails,
more worried about like having the music on than an instructor in the right seat. Honestly,
you can still play music in advance.
nah, I would be like, turn that off, brother.
That's probably why he's hitting curbing and shit because he can't see it happening.
Hey,
See,
Tris.
yeah, but this is why you should have joined us because you could have been here to defend yourself,
Yeah.
and we're gonna tell you this to your face. What's the likelihood of John joining us at this point?
It's probably. He said he was on his way, so he's probably still gonna drop Sylvia. Yeah.
Let's not air it all out. So let's just count this one as maybe John for the next one. But I guess to kind of start closing things out, as far as this year is concerned, we've wrapped up. We've had a lot of successes. We've had a lot of first timers. We were going to talk about John. This was John's first year back as a driver for the full year. Last year, he underwent a surgery. We're not going to get too deep into that, but that kind of sidelined him for the most of the year. That's why we didn't have a summer trip last year. This was his first full year, so we saw that he had a pretty significant amount of gains in lap time. My first year of driving, you became an instructor. Ryan just got faster. Alvin got slower. A lot of good stuff that happened. Next year, 2026.
Alvin rode the wave. That's all I'm gonna say. Next year, 2026.
What are we looking forward to 2026?
Last year at Coda.
Let's not revisit that topic again.
No, I mean like put as much time as we can into it, you know. And like
Yeah.
somebody mentioned we're getting some really sticky tires. We're gonna set some personal bests, so I'm really looking forward.
Did
to
I hear
it.
Michelin's or something like that?
I don't know. I'm not gonna
that's
put
what I
words in
heard.
people's mouths, but
I mean,
no
comment.
Stop. I knew that was
See,
going.
he's
I
here
knew that was
real
going. Stop.
quick.
Stop.
Either way,
I'm looking forward to that.
looking forward to maybe the final year at Coda.
Well, I'm looking forward to what we can do at Coda for our last year of really trying to make it count. Oh, and February, the first event of the year, is going to be a night event, which I absolutely love.
With Friday's going to be a
Absolutely.
full day. I think it's open track for solo drivers only.
Yeah.
That's going to be on Friday. Saturday is a regular day with a night event, and then Sunday's a regular
wait
day.
for night racing.
That's going to be crazy. I don't think John's too stoked on it, and Tim
But he
thinks
still gets to drive Saturday, Sunday during the day. So.
yeah, Tim thinks it's kind of crazy, because they don't light up the track too well, and he says like if there's just something chilling at the track with no headlights and no tail lights, and you're boogieing down the back straight at 140,
So that's why PCA doesn't.
there's
do that.
nothing
will
good that's
say-
going to come of that.
I passed a raccoon, the last event we had at Edge, passed a raccoon on the back straight. And you
I mean, I hope
don't-
you passed a raccoon. I mean, I'm just kidding.
I passed by the raccoon going.
You didn't smoke it
140 plus.
like Simon smokes fucking
If
resonators.
If he was in my path, I wouldn't have seen it. Like I wouldn't have been able to
No.
to miss it.
And
You don't wanna miss it.
No, it would have.
I guess,
would have been
and I guess the
obliterated.
danger even increases more, right? Because imagine if you're trying to swerve out of.
No.
trying to
That's
hit
what I'm
that.
saying. Like you don't want to miss it. You
Yeah.
just
At that
You
point,
gotta eat it.
you just you hit it and you hope for the best.
clinch onto the seat.
Yeah.
Come back. So Felix, what are you looking forward to?
Man, I'm just looking forward to. I want to continue to like develop the 3RSs. We did that this weekend. We made a couple changes to it because TJ hopped in and he's like, fast but trash. And then we started making some brake changes. So I think this next year we'll keep on pushing the ice gray car. Obviously, it'll eventually end up getting a set of wheels and sticky rubber like John. But I think we keep on pushing it the way it is with the stock tires. It's a super capable car. I want to max it out that way. Then hopefully by the end of the year we put sticky rubber on it. And I don't know, maybe like a little bit of aero on it. We saw that the Manti car looks crazy and there's already companies selling that. But yeah, I mean, next year, I think we push hard to try to set some bangers because if the track's going private, it'll be cool to just
So, but don't
to be on the leaderboard.
don't forget about my baby girl, man. That thing still needs to be taken down to 19s.
I'm gonna try.
What's the likelihood of that happening? I want to hear both of your perspectives on this.
You're gonna have to have good weather,
Yeah, so
clean track, good weather for that to happen.
For a 219 in the GT4.
Yeah.
it's gonna take power, I think, absolutely. Like it's gonna take
Hey,
a
tell
power
them
mod.
tell them the math. I'm not gonna.
Girl math. Here we go.
So give them the breakdown of
So
what the
an
new
80,
lap time is.
yeah, the new lap time is a 20.5, right? But between the GT4 and the 4RS, there's an 80 I'm gonna call it 80 horsepower. Supposedly it's 60, but it's not 60. I'm gonna call it 80 horsepower gap, right? The 80 horsepower gap, we did the calculation or we looked at the data, and every time the cars both go to throttle, we saw a difference in lap time of like what did I say?
It was tenths of a second, I think.
Yeah, like 3.8 or 3.4 seconds for one lap at Coda with an 80 horsepower gap. And we're like, what if I slap headers on it? Well, it's 10 to 15 horsepower, which is what, 10, which is like 20% of 80 horsepower, whatever. It's 15 to 20% of 80 horsepower. So what's 15 to 20% of 3.4 seconds? I think it's like 6/10, and I'm like,
That's enough.
that's enough, right? 'Cause we just ran a 20.5 and I girl mathed it real quick. And I'm like, that's a 19.9.
in the bag.
That's it. And I did a 20.5 with like a huge correction out of 20. I don't think the car would have, the predictor says like that lap would have been like a 20.3 according to like previous exits out of 20. So
Yeah.
I only lost like a tenth and a half. So if
Predictives don't mean
predictions don't mean shit, but
Yeah.
it gives me hope.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives everybody hope. But it's cool to see when you have like a flying lap and the predictive is kind of super close to it, just next to it.
Yeah.
Because I hate seeing like your fastest lap was a 19 and your predictive is like a 13. Like that's
That's
yeah,
wild.
not doable. But yeah, I think it's gonna be doable next year in the GT4. If it's not done by like March, probably getting rid of the car. Probably getting rid of the car.
All right, I can tell you what I'm not looking forward to. I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to in 2026. Jeez, man.
Losing your car.
I really
Get outta
dude,
here.
the way that car is set up right now, I like it. Even with the wheel, the vibration, it's
that's what I'm saying. We get a
good.
little bit of power, and then we get rid of that sideways hop, and I think we're
Sideways hop.
yeah, because that sideways hop through the stadium
So
section.
does that mean MCS shocks for the?
It's got some
GT4?
tractives. I'm gonna start digging and trying to find
Hey,
some MCS
comment
shocks
down
for
below
it.
MCS.
MCS would
I
be
wouldn't
cool.
know what to do with that, but hey, it makes the car that I like better.
I do, yeah. I do want to embark in that journey of tuning shocks and all that because we've been trying to do that with the computer with those shocks. I find that a lot of people just don't do changes and
Look at Larry trying to be abusive to make himself feel
saying?
better. We need a side-by-side video of me and Jorge. Man, oh, it's about because I'm shorter in the seat. Is that why? Is that why you
that's
want to do
exactly
side-by-side
why.
with me?
Oh, the hair.
Oh, no, I think I got too much for you, Larry. But if you're talking about lap time, don't try to be abusive.
Is it like sitting versus standing or something like that, or?
Well, yeah, I'm not Larry's height when I'm sitting. So I'm just kidding, Larry.
Yeah, Larry's trying to be abusive in his GT4.
In his fully modded GT4 RS, might I add. Anyway, I guess I'm not looking forward to that. So you better get a 219 in that car because I'm like, listen, like I said it again. I'm gonna say it again. That car is, you got that car set up
Yeah,
really good.
maybe.
Could be better.
Yeah, it could be better. It can always be better.
Listen, I trust you guys.
Or it needs to go. One of the two.
Yeah, all I need is one
Margarita
19
yellow
and
car,
that's
my
it.
new favorite.
You should have tried it.
Yeah.
I
Could've been your new
well,
favorite,
listen,
25.
I know people are gonna think I'm crazy for not wanting to drive the GT3,
Yep, you are.
but you guys did not drive the GT4 that weekend. I mean,
But you did drive several times already.
It's just
I
that
spoke
good.
with I
It's just
spoke
that
with a
good.
friend about the GT4, and I told him how like you weren't doing it, but you can exit 1, you keep it flat through 2, you keep it flat past 3, and he said like it doesn't matter in what horsepower car you are, but that's like the dream, right? To go like low 20s or
hold
high
on.
teens.
Ryan, did you
with
go
the
flat through too?
Flat through 2 in the yellow car, I mean, I have to look at the data. I'm pretty sure. Okay, check the
Give me
data.
1 second, brother.
Because I will say,
We're supposed to be wrapping this motherfucker.
I'll say I
Y'all
think
keep
I
at it.
did, but I want the data to confirm that.
The
I
data
don't-
determine.
The
Yeah.
data determined that you are
The
not
father.
the father. That's pretty wild, but dude,
I mean, it had a load of traction. I
the-
mean, the tires are great.
the tires, the setup, that
The car's stable. Once you learn how to drive the Cayman, you can really lean on the rear. Just kind of going back to positives, like I learned how to drive the Caymans this year.
Oh, yeah.
Magically at VIR, it was terrible, and I was sliding and just
I
uncontrollable.
remember you talking about the GT4 RS. doing
Next
that.
session out, I tried something just to be smooth and just try something a little different, and it clicked. And now I can drive the Cayman. So
Well, a lot of
I have more to
learning
work on to maximize the performance out of it, but I mean, it was
You know
like
what?
a gigantic step up.
there. I guess for me, you know what? If you can get rid of the yellow car if you want to, because we still have the GT4 RS.
There you go, Felix.
Because the
Breaking
GT4,
news.
Almost.
You have the orange car. Get rid of
almost
the GT4.
you
Look,
almost went
so
flat.
How much?
He's flat, 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 flat. You came down to like 84% and then flat again.
Dude.
So it was like this.
See,
Yeah, there you go.
Let's look at Jorge's that came out to like
hey, all
5%.
right, guys.
Can we overlay Jorge's on top of that, please?
Thanks for watching the
Give me
live.
1 second. Give me 1 second.
There's a
brother.
lot of hey. Luckily, his computer's not connected, so y'all don't know what's happening.
Don't
over
worry,
here.
we'll post it somewhere, everywhere.
I'm the one in control of all of that. So hey, all I gotta do is swap out a video. That's
I'll make it happen.
Yep. All right, we're gonna
Oh,
reset
look,
Jorge's
this thing's
password.
all frozen.
Listen, brother. For those of you who don't know me very well, I'm gonna talk my shit when I'm out of the car. But once I'm in it, things get humble real quick. But it's all a part about being with the guys.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna see how much throttle you have in it.
I'm pretty sure if I'm at 50% throttle, I'm gonna be impressed with myself.
You're not.
See?
Yeah. Well, I think you're at 50, but you keep 50
Boom.
all the way.
Boom, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, like you're 50 out of 1.
He's bullshitting now. He bullshitting
I
now.
wouldn't say go through it.
computer crash.
No, yeah, he bullshitting
I wouldn't
now.
say go through it now. I would be curious to see all the laps because my best lap time was just based on traffic. It didn't necessarily mean the best time I took too. So I could have had the opportunity to go flat out.
I pulled
But
up
you
all
took
your
the
laps.
session.
I pulled up all your laps. You,
And
on-
all
you,
of
on- you
them-
only did 4. You only did 4 laps in the GT4.
Okay, and out 80%.
Yeah, no. One of them was 100, and then you just came back to 80.
Yeah.
And then back to 100.
I think I know when that was
Yeah.
because the rear one was getting a little iffy.
Man, whatever,
Anyways.
guys. So I mean, we have a lot to look forward to next year. I mean, summer trip likelihood next year.
For sure.
Is Watkins Glen's gonna be on that list?
Man, I'd love to do a summer and a fall trip next year.
I'm asking about
but we'll
Watkins
see.
Glen though.
Well,
Watkins Glen
PCA
has to be
Club
there.
race is
It
going
has-
to be at Watkins this year. This
Oh,
next
and
year.
then Doug's
gonna
probably.
be up
Yeah.
So we
Doug's
got
gonna
to
be like, you guys need to join me. That's Doug.
Listen, I just want to drive. I don't care about driving. You know this. I don't care about driving any other track. If I could drive Watkins Glen, you could bench me for the whole summer trip,
I
brother.
guess we can use Doug as an excuse to go.
benched. Done.
That's I drove Watkins Glen. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm good with that. All right, guys. So
I'll
listen,
save us a lot of money.
the proverbial us. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's a team effort.
It's a team effort.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen. Unfortunately, I don't think John's gonna be able to join us for today's live. So maybe we do this again, your schedule permitting, and obviously we just tell John that the live is at 3, so maybe he gets here at
4.
4 or 4:30. But nonetheless, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know your comments down below about how you guys feel about COTA going private, and
And I would ask, what tracks do y'all want to race next year?
yeah, what actually, you know what? Not only just next year, but let's just say this does pull through and COTA does go private.
What's the pivot?
What's the pivot for you guys in 2027?
Yeah.
Is it more ECR? Honestly, I think that would probably be beneficial for the community because there's a lot of people driving just COTA, and they don't step out of that zone at all. So I think that'd be kind of cool to see. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Ryan, any last words for the people? Words of wisdom. Come on, man. You're the experienced
Two
coach
words.
here.
Well,
Like you told me. 2
I
words.
hope everyone else
That's
had a
too
great
much.
year.
Yeah.
I hope everyone else improved their lap times. I hope everyone else learned something about their racecraft this year. And I hope that you have some plans to do better next year.
Have Ryan in the right seat. There goes my plan. Anyway, Felix.
Honestly, I I hope that us pushing so hard on the channel was of benefit to a few people out there, right?
Yeah.
Because we're just trying to get everything into context that's understandable, right? Because people, I'm just gonna say it like Simon, they have all these questions, and I think throughout these different videos we're just answering them. So we're gonna continue pushing on making these informative videos that, I'm just gonna be honest, don't do great on YouTube, but I feel like the people who absorb it love it. Right, because we see so many people on track like, hey, I saw the video, or I wanted to. I've never been to COTA, and
Yeah, because today I drove, this last weekend I drove John's car to get gas, Saturday, and somebody just pulled up to me. He's like, "You're with the SAGA crew, right?" I'm just like, "Yeah." We were just watching some guy named Felix just ripping laps in his GT4 RS, and because we've never been here before, and that's
my goal.
what John put us on a mission
That's
for,
my goal,
right?
to
Is
keep on
that
helping the community.
help people get into the community.
Yep.
Now, granted, COTA's kind of putting a wrench in that by bucking the community a little bit, not to keep going down that rabbit hole, but that's the whole purpose of the videos that we're making, is to show you guys that you don't necessarily need to dump $75,000 into a GT4 RS to go fast.
Yep.
Develop the skill, and that lap time will come, and that's really what we try to focus here. Now, if you do dump that money into the car, good for you, and if it helps you in some way or shape or form, that's great. If it keeps you happy and it keeps you into the sport, we're not going to discourage you guys from spending the money on making the car better and more drivable. Larry mentioned that, right? Larry mentioned that those parts help him do better on the track. If that's enough for him, that's enough for us. But there's still plenty to be had with the channel. So, like I said, thank you guys for watching.
John's here. John's here. We're gonna have to get his closing remarks.
We're gonna have to get John's. Let's see.
I'm gonna have him. You want me to have him sit here? Jefe, come on, Jefe.
He made it. Hey, you know what? That's true, because now you get to give us some of your thoughts here. So watch the cabling, because we've had to
So
make
while
it.
John gets ready, I'm gonna address some of the comments. How you doing, Jefe?
Sure.
I'm gonna address some of the comments. Ray Mort said, we're gonna have you sit here.
You just have to clip it on.
Clip it on, Jefe. Ray Mort said the Domo track is coming along. Domo track is a track near Temple,
I've heard about that.
but I don't think they've broken ground yet.
Oh, so that's
Like
gonna
there's
be a
no
few years
asphalt
out.
yet. As of now, it's dirt only. Merry Christmas, said my mother. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Okay.
And Lily, what else are we saying? Europe tracks for 2027? Question mark.
Europe
Viva
track to
2026.
All right, John. Well, first of all, thank you for making it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
But so we just went over quickly the news of COTA going private. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's going to happen. I know everybody's having to talk positive, because if it doesn't happen, they go broke.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think it's going to happen. How do you build the most exclusive track in the world, and in the meantime, you're building roller coasters, little $1 million roller coasters that are not going to be for the people that are going to own the most exotic track, privately owned track in the country. It's just not. It's a bad plan.
That's interesting, because I'm now that you said that, like how many people who are gonna pour $1 million into a membership are gonna be like, ooh, it has roller coasters.
It has roller coasters, yeah.
Yeah, let's
And
just
a
do
zip-
roller coasters.
And a zip line.
Zip line. Hey, by the way, one of those roller coasters, people got stuck on that roller coaster for like an hour once.
Yes.
So
Already.
take that with a grain of salt. So
The one thing I did learn yesterday was that there's that exotic building they're building at the turn one.
Turn
Yep.
one, yes, sir.
That is going to happen. That's because F1 required it.
oh, so it's not even so they're because it's on their membership like splash page where they're announcing.
That's right.
So that's not even
That-
them just building that for.
No, it's not for that. F1 required it. What is it that they're short of?
They need the higher end viewing, like the suites.
Yeah, there were short suites. And there were short garages. They're going to build the garages.
This thing here, right?
That one. Yeah, that is not because of this plan. That's because F1 required it.
That's interesting, but they're advertising it as if
As
it's
if it's for
for
them.
that.
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So I guess because we brought up Flat Rock,
Mm-hmm.
and comparatively, what are your thoughts between Flat Rock and Coda? If you lived a rock's throw away from both, which one are you going to for the price?
For what they're even asking, I'd go today. They're cheaper than
Flat
T11.
Rock.
Flat rock.
Flat Rock is cheaper than T11. And we've been there. We walked those garages.
Right.
They're beautiful.
And the place, and it looks like it's going to become like it already is state of the art, but it's gonna really become like a track rat resort, is what it feels like.
Yeah, for the wealthy, because they are in the middle of nowhere. People are going to have to fly in, or
Larry commented that.
yeah.
Yeah, Larry commented that is in the middle of nowhere. So I mean, because we were just sitting here kind of talking
But
about it.
once you cross the threshold from the front, you're in a motorsport Disneyland.
Oh,
It
100%.
First class everywhere.
And the track. Like Ryan
track's awesome.
and I were mad that the track's not even on the sim.
Track's great.
So they don't expect you to ever go there.
Yeah, that's how
You
you
have to
know that's how exclusive that track is. Because
That's
only
right.
the members get the design or the track for Assetto Corsa, right?
Yep.
That's how good the track is, but that's how exclusive it's become. So that's a little surprising.
And
to me.
here's the big difference. T11 is not on the track.
Oh yeah, it's on the other side.
Every one of those condo garages were on the
Oh, yeah.
track.
What was that that left hand turn that was kind of like a sweeper
I forget,
at
it's a
Flat
sweeper.
Rock, but the condos are right there. Like,
Yep.
you're looking at condos as you're trying to get to the apex.
Yes, it is gorgeous.
Well, people will say that the Coda T11 condos are on Coda, but we've
No,
seen
they're not.
condos
You
on
can't,
Coda.
you can't even watch it from any
Yeah.
condo.
Yeah.
You can't
You're
see
right.
any of the track from any of the condos.
Imagine F1 at Coda, but you can just go to your condo and watch F1 from there.
You can watch it from a TV.
Yeah, you watch. But imagine if they did do that, right? Because I know they block off the view from F1 races at a lot of places. Like you were talking about a hotel room at Vegas.
Yes.
That they block off the view from the hotel, so you can't just get a hotel room
crazy.
for $300, $400, whatever the
That's
cost is.
because F1 screwed up. The first year, they didn't make any money from the hotels. And they tried to demand money, and the hotel said, screw you.
No way.
You're not getting any money from us.
Okay.
Fun fact, you can watch the race on the DOT cameras in Vegas.
I saw a guy do that. That's
They
crazy.
legally cannot shut those off.
Hey, there you go. There you guys go. DOT
Public
cameras.
transportation cameras, yeah.
So,
It's crazy.
John, before we move on from the topic, any last thoughts on Coda going private? You think it's not happening?
I think it's not happening.
Okay.
If there was an over and under, I'd be betting on the under. And
Okay.
I think I would win. It's just not, I don't think it's a good plan.
So
They keep saying, the people that are promoting it, and Tim was sort of promoting it, that it's going to make so much economic sense for Coda. Yeah, well, it might, but so would somebody just handing them $50 million would make a lot of economic sense. And that's what they're expecting people to do that have never come to the track, and he admitted that. The people they're going to get this money from have never tracked on Coda because they don't want to be with the people like us. Well, that's not the reason. They just don't think it's that important.
Yeah.
And they're promoting unlimited track time if you buy this.
250 days.
Yeah, 250 days. Well, they've never spent one day when they could have for $1,000, right? There's
a
a
good point.
problem
It's a
there.
different perspective.
That's a good point because we didn't talk about that, right? For $1 million, and that's just for the initial backers, right?
Right.
Supposedly it's supposed to go up. Like I said, take that all with a grain of salt. But they didn't spend the $1,000, $1,200 to come for a weekend.
One day, 2-day weekend, they never thought it was important enough. Yet there are a lot of millionaires that do show up there for
Oh, of
these
course.
track days, but that's not the guys they're trying to get this $1 million from.
Right.
And for him to say all of a sudden you're going to see a bunch of 100 millionaires that paid $1 million start showing up on track day on their track days, I don't think I don't think it's a valid argument.
What did one of them say?
I mean, shoot, for $1 million, they can ride the roller coaster.
Well, I'll say, after COVID, when things were starting to get back to normal, we had a year where we did Coda a lot. That was like all we did. Got a little monotonous. Like, it was like, okay, Coda. I like going to different tracks
That's
and
true.
doing different things. And coming back to Coda, and
That's cool.
That's a good point.
So to say you're going to be on track 250 days a year, that's going to get
It's
boring.
not going to happen. If you made that kind of money in your life, you're not going to spend 250 days at Coda.
Exactly.
Well, maybe if you got a condo and
And
you
they
work
don't
from
have
home.
they don't have any place to live at Coda either. They're
Larry just
talking
said that.
they're talking about
Building a hotel.
building a hotel. But for it to be attractive to those guys, they're paying $1 million. That hotel needs to be up.
And how much? And what's the occupation that the hotel has to be?
Yeah, I know. Hotels to break even have to be 65% occupied.
Wow. Well,
Because I've been in the hotel business, and I was in the Austin market when the citywide was only 30%. And on one day, which I was foreclosed upon, and 30 other hotels, including the Marriott, the Hyatt Regency, my hotel, and another 29 or 28 hotels were foreclosed on. That's when that year went to 29% occupancy. Everybody was broke.
oh, wow.
The Four Seasons was on that month too.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's insane.
That's crazy.
So I guess we'll see. We have a year.
We'll see.
John's betting on it's not happening. So hey, let's just hope for the sake of the community.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and the other part that's really sad is every business
Yep.
that is supporting track days, like car repair shops, tire shops, mechanics, they're gone. The day they shut down track days, they don't have any business. None.
Yep.
It's just
It's not only this, but like even like we were just talking about Edge Addicts, their Instagram name is Drive Coda, right? So if they can't do
they
that,
don't have another event, do they anymore?
They haven't been doing other events, I think, for
Only
the past couple
Coda.
years,
only
yeah.
Coda, right? So if that thus shuts down,
They're
then
gone.
They're gone as well. And I know we spoke to Tim, and PCA is already talking about going to different tracks, spending more time at different tracks. Chin has many other tracks across the nation that they go to, so it's a small hit for them in Texas,
Right.
but they still have access to ECR and
Right.
Ozark Crescent.
Yeah.
So I guess, like I said, we'll have to see what happens over the course of the next year.
I just want to make one more comment. If you do a model around what F1 tracks do when they're not running F1, which is once a year, they do track days. In Europe, they do track days. Europe invented track days.
Yeah.
And so we're going to fight the trend and say no more track days. And when Europe, to keep their tracks alive, they're doing track days.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for a local Austin track enthusiast community. But to
Yeah.
pivot away from that, John, we just came back from your birthday celebration. So again, big 73. Happy birthday to
Thank
you
you.
again, John. Highlight of the weekend. What was it for you?
I had another PB. I thought my PBs were done with when I turned 73.
Yeah.
And I beat my personal best at Coda by a second and a half. So I'm in the 20 club, which is that's like in the military, the most annoying people in the military are colonels because they could just taste taste becoming a general,
Yeah.
and they're very annoying to everybody.
General's the
Well,
19
that's the 20 club. I did 2 minutes and 20 seconds point to 20 minute 20, 2 minutes
20 seconds.
20.4 seconds.
Yeah.
Very nice.
0.4 seconds. Somebody said, well, that's just like a fart. Is what you, yeah, you must have farted in that lap. That's why you missed that half second. So, yeah. That was the best gift I could ever have, besides all of everybody showing up. This is my favorite event of the year. Not because it's my birthday, because it's not good getting older all the time. It's better than dying, but getting older all the time is not always a great thing. But I'm driving faster than I ever had before.
And one thing that I wanted to mention, last year you had a surgery. We don't need to get into that, but this is your first full year driving.
Yes.
Since your surgery, and we were looking at the footage, and you've gained a whole 5 seconds over the course of this year, John.
From February.
From February to now, you've gained a whole 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's life is different when you're dying.
I wouldn't put it that way, John.
I was learning to live with cancer and going, okay, this sucks, and then when they found out that they got rid of it and I don't have cancer, slowly after that, my physical being changed. Things that my mental being, when I'm operating a business, things that I couldn't remember come back to me now instantly. And so it slowly has changed. And this month, December, was the biggest leap forward in that slow process of getting healthy again.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, I drove well.
You did.
And I got to tell you, for the first time in 2 years, so I must have had some issues with my health before they found out I had cancer. But when I started feeling, I didn't have fun, even though we tracked different times during the last 2 years. I didn't feel that good. I wasn't having that much fun, but I felt I needed to keep doing this. I didn't want to get rusty. So I would say the last 2 track events, I really enjoyed doing it again. It was absolutely a joy to be out there. And I hadn't been feeling that. It was work during the last 2 years. It's been work. In the last 2 events, I started going like, this is great. I started feeling better again. Mm-hmm. I didn't know if my times were getting better, but I was enjoying it more. And the times got better. So yeah, that was the biggest change.
I mentioned to them, like, obviously we go on this summer trip, and the summer trip is always like crazy chaotic, like chaotic cool. But I definitely told them, like, this last event or these last couple events have felt more serene, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I guess we've had a lot of it was cool seeing people like TJ, Tim, Ryan, even Jorge, like driving anything. I mean, we missed Stuart, but it's just these last couple of events have really been super cool, where everyone's just having a ball, mm-hmm. and just having a good time. You get out of the car, you're pumped.
I know.
These last couple months have been really nice, enjoyable.
I don't know if TJ's on it, but nobody would admit until I had to say it that I beat TJ at Barber by a full second.
And we have the video.
We have it on
which
video,
makes it true. Which makes it true. All right, and another question for you, John. We've done 7 tracks this year. So we've done ECR, CODA. Was it 7 or 5?
I don't know, keep running them.
ECR, CODA, Barber, VIR, and
Flat Rock.
And Flat Rock.
Did you
I guess
say
5. I guess 5.
Did we do Watkins Glen this year?
Not this year.
No.
No. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, we
Hopefully
will.
soon.
It's our
I
favorite.
think it's just 5. I thought we'd done more this year.
I thought we did more, yeah. Which one was your favorite?
Barber.
Insert clip.
Oh no, right? Insert. Was it before or after you mowed the grass?
Did I mow the grass at Barber?
Yes, you did, sir. We have the video.
the little S's where you went left.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember
John
that
came
now.
out of the car. I love this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I did go off the track. I didn't mow any grass. It was somebody's asphalt.
No, maybe I remember blowing the grass off.
Oh, that's right. There must have been some grass. Yeah, that was when I broke my PDB by 2 seconds.
At Barber.
That was when that wolf was chasing me.
Exactly.
Oh, yep.
You remember?
Yep.
You remember?
He just doesn't remember the grass. That's all.
So when I went off the track, there was a black flag that came up, and I thought it was for me because I went off the track. I get there, and the wolf got ahead of me there when I went off the track, so he went in and got flagged down at the black flag, and I didn't know why, but so I come up and it said, okay, I'm coming in off the black flag, and they said, yeah, you didn't have a black flag. And I said, well, what happened? He said, well, the flag station, the guy was chasing me so tight, he thought that he bumped me is why I went off the track. That's how close he was behind me.
The wolf. Yeah, it's a little prototype.
Yeah. And he turned out to be a great guy. He was funny, it was fun, and he really enjoyed seeing me get away from him in certain spots, and then he'd have to catch back up. But that car was fast.
Yeah.
That wolf was fast.
All right, and then
So chasing a rabbit and being the rabbit are two different things, but this time being the rabbit made me go faster. I didn't want to get caught.
you know what, John? We've watched enough of your footage to know that you never want to get caught. And I was actually telling Ryan about this because during one of my sessions that you were in, I had a GT3 RS in front of me and a Corvette behind me. The Corvette did not want to pass; they wanted to stay behind. And it was a lot more fun to go through all the turns because I was trying to catch up to the GT3 RS, and then having this Corvette behind me, it just made you feel like you were racing. Yeah. So I understand the sentiment
Have
there.
you seen that short video where it's like you and your buddies at the track and it shows 3 cars like going through corners and then it shows like 3 fighter jets?
Yeah,
Like, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
yeah. It'd be cool to go
So
with your friends.
the reason that, for me, Barbara's my favorite, you all didn't know this, but I was going to make a speech at dinner that I'm retiring after that event. And it was because the cancer was still lingering in me, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be healthy enough for the next year. And then when I cut 2 seconds off my PB, I thought, well, this ain't the time to quit. So I decided not to make the speech.
That's good.
And it's gotten better every day since then. So.
Yeah, I mean, because we tried to put together a little compilation of all of our time this year, and going through your laps from February till yesterday, it's a whole 5 seconds taken off. So that's pretty significant,
Very.
especially for somebody who's
It needed to be 5.5 seconds.
well, listen, that's just a rough estimate. If we do the girl math on this,
No, he's saying 5.5 so you could go sub 20.
Then I'd be sub 20 and coming.
well,
They're gonna
I
study
can't
it
help you. Yeah, I can't help you there. I mean, I guess I could help you there. But just to start coming to a close on this one, John, we closed out the year with your birthday, huge celebration of your life so far. Going into 2026, what are you looking forward the most to?
I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to keep building up on SAGA. I think you do a lot of thinking when, one, you turn 73, but then you're hit with cancer, and you start thinking, what is my legacy? What am I going to leave behind? The thought is I need SAGA to be something. I even thought as stupid as, well, why don't we buy up all the $1 million deals, and at least we'll have 250 track days.
That's one way to solve that problem.
Yeah, but my legacy would be hated by my children. So that's not going to happen. But I want to do something that puts a mark in the sand for what SAGA stood for and what it did and what it's going to do. And I think we can still do that. We first started SAGA with the concept that we wanted to make sure that people that any person that wanted to drive fast, don't do it on the streets. Let's find a place to do it, and tracking is the ideal place. And that's why it doesn't cost anything to join us. I don't put any fees on it. It's done by invitation only, so it's not open to everybody.
Right.
But I wanted to build something and that's why we do not just podcasts, but the other videos that you do, is to get somebody intrigued enough to say, well, let me try that. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about. And we do tell them what it's about. The other thing that we do is every year we have an event here where the Porsche Club comes out here, and we make it a family event where children can come. Now, this is from my pure experience. If we don't have children sit in cars and get enamored with the concept of being in a race car or even a fast car, it's going to disappear. It's already starting to disappear. You know, kids are not buying cars anymore. They're taking Ubers. The neatest thing that happened at one of our events here is they saw that I was letting the kids get in the cars and taking pictures with their parents, and a wife came up to me and says, my husband doesn't let me touch the car. So I knew this is something that's important. We got to get the kids excited about it, or it will disappear. Yeah. But most importantly right now, those parents and teenagers that are now getting to the point where they want to drive fast, want to be somewhere, you know, we have all the team that can get a rookie on any track in the country. We have all the instructors.
Yep.
We have the highest quality to the instructors that would be good for a novice, but we have those that could help a race car driver.
Yep.
We have all those. We built that within SAGA.
Yep.
So my legacy would be that we get some type of national recognition for what we do. And then maybe not necessarily grow it completely out of whack, but have other regions grow their own sagas with the same concept that we're going to teach people from never been on the track all the way to full-blown transition to race car driver. And we've done it. Doug transitioned out of our team. Now he's a real race car driver.
Let's see if Felix is next.
We got to get Felix on the racetrack.
Yeah, but this is an example of what John is talking about. I'm the latest driver, and thanks to Ryan, Felix, John, I feel a lot more comfortable in the car. And we didn't have to bring outside help. All the instructors that have taught me so far,
Tim, TJ, yeah.
Tim, TJ, Jason, Ryan, Felix, all within our organization. So we have that capability.
We have the capability of bringing anybody in and up all the way to pre-race car driving.
I'll leave that race car driving stuff to Felix and the Brave guys.
It becomes a personal choice. We're going to get you the skills to get there.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. And we mention this in the videos all the time, right? Is that this YouTube channel started because John wanted us to bring people into the sport and help them grow and progress, which is why we put out, the majority of it is informational. We do have some clickbaity stuff out there to persuade people to click on the video to begin with, but we focus on driver development, teaching you guys what to expect from the track. So like I said, subscribe to the channel if you're watching this out of the blue, and if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on a lot. But
most importantly, we only race in our organization stock production cars. We're not building race cars, which is out of the realm of most people will ever get to building a race car.
Sure.
But we do it with stock cars built by Porsche or built by Mercedes. I've tried them all. They're all in here. The
Yeah.
Mercedes, the McLarens. These are stock cars. So whatever you got, bring. It's like the old days. Bring what you got.
Yeah. Run what you brung.
That's right.
Run.
Run what you brung.
That's a good
So that's what we built so that we can spread this sport. It's gonna die if everybody else is trying to make money at it. We're not trying to make money at it. We're trying to make something that is visible and definable by people that have never done this. And I want them to be able to watch one of our shows and they go, I want to try it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll welcome to SAGA. They may not become SAGA, but they'll become one of our students. That's for sure.
100%. Well, John, you got anything else for the people? Any other words of wisdom?
I can prove to you that it's a sport for all ages. My goal is to be recognized as one of the elites. I consider the gold standard for elite is breaking the 20-second mark at COTA. I am a half second away. If I make that, then it shows that it's a sport for all ages.
Hey,
Finally break that mark at 73, not at 60 when I started fooling around. Yeah, it takes a long time.
it does, and Cody just mentioned something really good, that it's only going to die faster when tracks start to go private.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be less available to
Well,
normal
the
people.
sad part is, I know why they're doing it. It's not for them to make a ton of money. They don't want to lose the track. The original investors, they will lose it if they can't make their payments. And people are saying, well, they're making money. I doubt that. I haven't heard of any track that's making money, except Indianapolis 500. I think they're making money.
yeah.
That's fair.
Well, 2026, 219, John, coming right up.
Yeah.
You know, this is perfect, right? Because it lets you yearning for that next track day and good weather and good
That's right,
tires.
at least we get
You're
that.
just gonna think about it. John's just gonna be dreaming. And
That's right.
So we're gonna get down to the 219.
So the goal for me, the short-term goal, is making it to when I'm 75. What do you call that? The platinum anniversary or whatever. Gold is 50.
Gold is 50, yeah.
Yeah, so I passed that 25 years ago. So the big one will be the 75, and I'm hoping that we'll still be at COTA, because we're not supposed to be there. That's 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see about that one.
And I don't want them to fail, but I don't think it's a good plan.
they call it Diamond
Diamond.
Jubilee. What is that? No,
Yeah.
this is something different.
Yeah.
You're looking
it's
at some
diamond.
other stuff, buddy.
No.
All right, guys. Well,
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next year. I'm looking forward to modifying our entire business plan to make sure that SAGA lasts beyond whatever we do. That it's a place where people want to know about what racing is about from a standpoint as amateur, and how to get involved and do it on your own. It's nice to watch professional football, but you can be racing on the same track at even higher speeds than what the real racers are doing on a track day. It can happen. We have people driving down in the 15s and 12s and 11 at a track day. And other than F1, we're beating a lot of cars that are racing out there.
and pro drivers, John. Don't forget that. I'm gonna say the proverbial we are meeting pro track drivers out there.
We are.
Ain't that right, Felix?
In any car we put him in.
Oh, hey, whoa. There's limits.
Video series coming up, guys. Let's watch Felix
I love it.
send in more cars.
It's a sport we love, and we hope that y'all learn to love it too. I know that we have a lot of people that watch us, but they don't necessarily may not feel like they're a participant, where they're getting the same joy that we are running out there. We don't make any money, trust me.
Yeah, I mean, I will say we have our usual suspects. So shout out to our usual suspects. That Matt, the Larrys, the Simons, Chris. They're always supporting us. But like I said, we're always reaching out to the new people. So if you guys want to know more about motorsports, including not only just what happens during an HPDE, but what are the skills required to drive these cars at speed, subscribe to the channel and wait for more. Guys, it's been an awesome 2025. Looking forward to 2026. Let's just get faster. Well, I'm gonna watch y'all get faster. I'll tell you where I'm at.
No, it's okay. It's okay for you to get fast.
I have more. I'll tell you guys that video is gonna come out soon. But we're putting out a video of my year progression because this last event was my anniversary of driving for you guys. So
How long?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year of driving. So thanks to you
Oh,
guys.
and I
I've gotten
want you to
faster.
check the times. I think I did break a record for the entire SAGA team, what my speed was at the end of the back straightaway. I happened to peak when I hit on the brake, and I think I saw 176. So
176.
On the dash or on the?
it was on the dash.
Okay, the dash reads a little bit different, but the cars were breathing really good this weekend. The
Yeah.
air was really good. I'll check it out. Let you know.
Okay. We'll
Well,
check.
it was accurate when you said I hit 1 14 or whatever at the carousel at Eagles Canyon, which you told me I was doing when I made the turn.
I'm trying to think. We're always swapping tires on these cars, and they always change the aspect ratios. But I'll check it out.
No, but what you said,
That's what the dash said.
GPS said. No, that was the GPS said that. My dash matched that number.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we'll check it out.
We'll check it out.
That'd be cool.
And if you guys want to know if John really broke that record, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining. As usual, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Let us know what you guys think about COTA. And somebody mentioned the poly market. If somebody wants to start a poly market and start betting on whether or not COTA goes private, let us know. Maybe we might take in on that action. But let us know, and we'll see you guys for the next one.
Guys,
Thank you for joining.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I love you guys.
Happy New Year.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Next time we'll see you guys is in the new year.